Greetings, everyone. Welcome to a post-jury duty cube draft. And speaking of jury duty, I want to apologize to YouTube friends. I don't know when you're seeing this, but by the time you do, you may have been wondering, what the heck's up with Ryan? Is he not? Like, what's going on? Where's his videos? And the answer is, well, I've both been streaming less because of jury duty, and I've been neglecting my video posting responsibilities because of my crowded schedule. So I feel like I haven't even posted a YouTube video in multiple days now, which is unusual for me. I'm going to try and get that done tonight, but I haven't even done the video processing. Oi, you add a 30-hour-a-week job to your life that you were already complaining was a little chaotic and busy, and there's some wheels are falling off here, gang. But not around here. We had, well, that's not true. Maybe the wheels are falling off, but we've turned into a bobsled or something, because I was not playing my best on Monday as I feared, but we still had a pretty good run thanks to chat having my back, and thanks to fouls to give. You know, you can lose a couple times and still actually make it to the max wins, and that's pretty cool. And we're going to try to get to 7 wins again here today. I'm going to pay for some gold, pay in gems here and earn some gold as I try to push this number up. And I want to thank my sponsor, CardKingdom.com, for all of their support. They have understood that I'm doing jury duty and know that I'm going to be streaming a little bit less, but they're still quite pleased with how everything's going because you all are so awesome, and you remember that when you want to do business with CK, you use my affiliate links. It makes them happy with me and helps keep me on the air, and it's working. You're doing it, and I really appreciate it because, boy, if it wasn't working, they would tell me, and I would hear about it. So I know you all hear my message, and I know you all are supporting me that way when you can, and so I thank you deeply for that. Appreciate it a lot. Oh, I keep forgetting to say this. I brought up jury duty. I keep telling these jury duty stories, but I forgot to tell you one of the weirdest parts of this whole jury duty story. I keep forgetting to tell you. My wife also has jury duty right now. She got a summons 2 weeks before I did, and I was like, ha ha. And then she got the last laugh because we both got seated for juries on the same day. We started on the same day, but my trial is like 5 or 6 weeks. Hers is like 2 weeks. She's going into deliberations tomorrow. And I'm still way mid-witness and stuff. So, yeah, crazy that we are, that my wife and I start jury duty for the same court on the same day, but we don't get to commute easily because of COVID. Because of COVID, they have moved half the trials from the Seattle court Central, the main location, to an East Side convention center. Like, and they're not using convention centers right now, right? So here, I'll actually get this going. This story's almost over. So as crazy as all is, despite the coincidence, I can't even cleanly carpool with my wife to jury duty because she goes to downtown Seattle and I go to downtown Bellevue, despite doing it for the same court. All right. Lots of fun cards. That's Cube for you. I want to take everything. What's a good starting point? Brazen Borrower is just Value Town. Fine place to start. It's 2 spells in 1. It's good in literally any blue deck. Explore. I've come down a bit on Explore. It's a card where if you don't have an extra land to play and don't find an extra land to play, you've paid 2 mana to cycle, right? And that's a floor. So as a floor, that's okay. But in a cube scenario, I'm not super happy with that floor. I'd rather start with Borrower than the Celebrant. We did kind of the sacrifice thing last time. Yeah, Fabled Passage is a great land, and we could start there too. I'm thinking Borrower, though, partly because I like sending some color signals here. Celindy Vision, while another blue card, is not a super powerful one. And you can take Magnum Opus. You can do anything you want. Spiral Bound. This is like but if you do this, it's heading towards a specific direction where like Magma Opus does not go in any deck, right? You need to end up there doing the thing. Brazen Borrower literally goes into any blue deck pretty comfortably, so that's why I started there. It just goes into the most things. Yeah, Daredevil is very good. I don't, first pickable is tough in Cube. There's so much power, but it is a good one. Thief of Sanity is gold, but it at least matches the Brazen Borrower and is quite a house if if you can get this going. Yeah, Thief of Sanitying your opponent's library makes mill seem friendly. Yeah, Rashmi's also sweet. Another gold card we could take to borrow along with. But I'm feeling the Thief. I saw the Into the Royal too. We could stay mono blue, but this card can just be sick if it's not answered. Let's try it. Before we hopped on YouTube air here, our friend Spiral Bound was asking for some help learning to draft. And the thing is, like, drafting Cube is just so much more different than drafting a regular set. So, and also, I'm not the best Cube drafter, but like I continue to make the point, like you can kind of do what you want. Like if you had started with Magma Opus, that's okay. You just got to kind of continue to build around it, build towards it. Anyway, back to here. We don't need to marry the Thief. We don't need to marry any of this. We could take a Royal Eruption and end up mono red or something. Yeah, this is a bit of a anti-mill. That's pretty good. It could get either of these back. I wasn't really looking there, but you got a point. You're giving me the Kappa, but that's arguable, right? I mean, what else are we taking? We can continue the bounce stuff here. Oh, it looks like I'm taking it because I've run out of time. I don't know if that's that doesn't feel like the right pick, but Hat kind of got me thinking, actually, it actually doesn't work too badly with what we've got going. Watery Grave for fixing. Here's a good reanimation target if you're doing it. I don't know what you mean by Nostradamus the Reanimator, you kids today in your slang. Languish is good, kind of goes against what we're doing, although Call certainly gets it back. I mean, goes against, this is more control-y, and we've taken some tempo-y cards. Yeah, we can just take, I kind of like what priest are you thinking of? I like Languish, the Grave, or even the Zealot. Oh, this priest? Praetor? I'll take the Languish. It's a powerful effect. Oh, you wanted the one drop. Oh, yeah, because it works with the Call. But yeah, exactly. That thing will come around. If we're supposed to be there, it'll come around. I'm not worried about that card. Patient Rebuilding is one of the powerful mill enablers. We could take the Patient Rebuilding and, like, oh, yeah, I could take Field of the Dead. Sun. All these good cards. This is why this is such a hard format. Everything here looks great to me. But what am I taking? How about just Demonic Tutor? Easy to miss this. It doesn't look like Demonic Tutor, but hard to pass this when you're in black. Fatal Push is some really good pinpoint removal. Not quite as good as it is in Modern. This is one of those cards that a lot of cards that are busted in Modern are busted because of the presence of 14 fetch lands in every deck, right? There's not 14 fetch lands in every deck, so Fatal Push, while good, is not amazing, but it is going to get the job done a lot. Looks like a lot of chat wants the Rankle. We could do that. Marauder's kind of interesting too, but don't even have a good target for it yet. Well, at 2 mana, you mean for the Demonic Tutor, but it's any card in your deck. It's whatever you need. It's a 6 mana Languish, you know? But yeah, we can take Rankle here. And also, give it time. We're only a little bit into pack 1. We may end up comboing in a way that we're really happy to have a second copy of a combo card. But that is where Demonic Tutor is at its strongest, when you're picking up combo pieces. Reborn is interesting. Although I agree with somebody who in a recent draft was talking about how this is not at its peak value in this cube. There's a lot of tokens running around that make this less than incredible. But like Doom Foretold, for example, would be the type of card that if you were building around, then you're thrilled to have the tutor, right? Because I have two copies of a really unique build around is the kind of thing you want to get bees. Rob wants to prepare to ramp. I'll take the Reborn. Even though it does have its bad matchups. Ooh, and then we get Nightmare Shepherd. That's a fun build around. This is pretty late for this. This is one of my nightmares when it comes out against me. I just feel like when opponents have this going, it does a lot of work. Robert the teacher. Start streaming, Robert. I'll hop on and start grading your speech. Yeah, fun with Rankle, but what we want is more ETB stuff, right? This is the dream here is that you have sacrifice outlets and ETB, so we're going to keep that in mind. Fabled Passage comes back. We were talking about potentially first picking that. We've got a Selendi Vision that doesn't suck, and neither does the Castle. Direfleet came around. If we had leaned into any kind of mono red, we would be fist pumping about the Direfleet still being here. Could even potentially, yeah, I'm just going to take the Fabled Passage, but I'm kind of tempted to hedge red a little bit. I mean, we've got this Thief of Sanity and Brazen Borrower, but we haven't taken a blue card. Brazen Borrower was first pick, Thief of Sanity second pick, and no other blue cards since. And we're seeing Fight with Fire, Thundering Rebuke, Blood Mage, Hogger Mauling. I'm going to take the Mauling here. Triland is interesting, but it doesn't... Well, I don't even know... That's kind of my point is that now I'm only certain that we are black. We're definitely doing black spells, but everything else is pretty open. I'm going to take the Mauling because it's safely within what we know we're going to do, but now we got to start looking around and actually asking what we're really doing here. Expertise does play in the blue. Dryad is pretty powerful to still be here. It's pretty rampy if you can draw some cards. What are we? I could take... Well, is the elixir done? Maybe oops, I certainly didn't mean to click that. I was trying to click back to the other one, although really the blue side of this is what you'd want anyway. So this is not unplayable if we end up blue-black, but that was a goof grab. I didn't mean to take that. Anything... let's take Wilt. But probably not going to end up there. It looks like we're kind of in the right... I mean, Disallow is still here, so maybe we're okay. Fetid Pools, Disallow, Chart a Course. Kind of Chart... This is a bit of a Chart a Course style deck. But, oh, what did I take? I don't even care. I'll take any of those, but I didn't pick one. No, we're taking a Marauder. This is actually interesting. Kind of getting a bit of a tempo-y blue-black deck here. Murderous Rider could continue down that road. Treasure Map is nice. Yeah, Memory Lapse is solid. Pact, I get it. I mean, unless you are like 5 mana is bad to counter a spell. So for Pact to be good, it needs to really get somebody because they think it's going to be safe or because you're protecting something incredibly powerful that requires you to tap out. So it doesn't surprise me that it wheels. I don't actually think it's just a no-brainer. I'm going to take the Rider over the map. This is 2 spells in 1. It's pinpoint removal that's quite good. It actually takes out planeswalkers, which I think is a question you need to answer in Cube. You know, Spiral Bound, I'm not the best Cube drafter in the world, but I do want to answer the question, how am I dealing with planeswalkers? It's something I have in my head. And especially planeswalkers that have already landed. Sheoldred. Well, we can kind of we missed our Elspeth, or not our Elspeth, our Elish Norn, but you take the Sheoldred and both hard cast it and just have it be good. Yeah, Contempt is another good answer of Planeswalkers. That's why even though at 4 mana, you'd be pretty willing to take this because it has the word Planeswalkers on it. But since we just did pick up a Murderous Rider, and because this is pretty fun if we can do something with it, I'm going to take it. Even though it's not kind of at its best in this particular deck, we can keep in mind that we have a Sheoldred lurking and see if we can make that work. And that becomes a thing we might want to get with a Demonic Tutor, you know, if we're in a spot where it's like, oh my god, Sheoldred takes over the game right now. Midnight Clock, if we want to be ramping 2 Sheoldred and playing a longer game. There's a Golos here. We passed a Field of Dead. Could have done some Golos Field of Dead stuff. Crippling Fear is strong as well, though we do have the Languish. So I bet this wheels. I'm going to take the Midnight Clock, and while I'm not going to give up on the Borrower or the Thief of Sanity or anything, I am going to try and get more controlling with this, rather than we have some tempo angles, like the Marauder is a bit more tempo, but I'm going to be more Voracious Great Shark Timuret neighborhood. On that, well, Timuret's not very controlly, but Great Shark is. Gotta love, just getting a lot of 2-for-1s here. I like it. Yeah, probably not. That's what I mean. I felt like we could be, like, if Thief, Warkite, Borrower, we really leaned in that direction, you could imagine it happening, but I don't think we ended up there, no. Dive Down would potentially be in that kind of tempo deck. Dive Down is just, like, it's just blue has some of these tools to be tempo, but it just is so much better at being control. Hedron Archive. I'll just take that. Ramp. Draw. Do we want this? It is sacrifice. This should wheel if I don't think anybody's going to want this, and I don't even necessarily think we want to either. Like, as much as we might be reanimating with Sheoldred, I don't think we're necessarily sacrificing to get there. We're languishing our own stuff away to get there. But then we get something as sweet as a Priest. The Priest was a key player in our deck last time. We can also just take the Awakening. God Pharaoh's Gift is more reanimation. You know, it kind of puts us more as another 7-drop reanimator, effectively. So we could take this and, like, actually try and do this thing more deliberately. I don't know if it's definitely sweet. I don't know. I've never really played it in this cube or in any cube. Basically, this is the cube that I've played that it's been in. Let's take it. And then we have Nightmare Shepherd. Although that's a non-bow, right? Because that's exiling stuff. So actually, that's an interesting spot where we have a bit of a non-bow going. But Egon belongs in this deck at least, right? Self-mill. So even though I could also take Guardian Idol, might actually be an idle pick. Yeah, so I mean the throne side could work for us, but yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Angel of Sanctions, Thragtusk, Dread Wanderer could be a sack source. Yeah, we don't have quite the sweet package for this stuff yet, but we might end up there. I still like taking the ramp, though. I'm liking Midnight Clock. Like with Mind Stone, Midnight Clock, and Hedron Archive, we have some ramp at all the places in the curve. Icy's a fine control card, but I'm going to take the ramp. You know, Icy should be, but it's still a pretty clunky card, and sometimes people aren't even playing on that axis, and it just doesn't do too much, but generally people are playing creatures. The Inquisition. What a show. We'll take Inquisition over Village Rights. Or should we just take Village Rights? They're both... There's the Village Rights is doing the sack thing and the Inquisition doing the control thing. Here's another ramp rock, but at that point, let's just take Champ of Wits. It can potentially get some stuff into the graveyard for reanimation, and it reanimates itself. Are we casting this blue side, really? Instant sorceries, and then 5-mana draw. I don't think we're playing this Planeswalker, even though it does have a blue side. Not playing that. Helm of the Host. I'll take it, but I don't think we're playing anything from that pack. Timurat comes around. It was like the only black card in the other pack, so we're kind of the only black player, in at least, or I shouldn't say only. There's probably got to be somebody who's touching on black a little bit somewhere, but black is clearly open. I think that's safe to say. Here's the Cauldron coming back, speaking of. And the Awakening comes back. I mean, yeah, we might be the only person. How is that possible? I'll take it. Bad. What is this fog doing in this cube? Thassa, Expanse, Witch, or start getting anything that we think we might be able to ditch and reanimate, like Tendershoot Dryad or something. Oh. Hold on a second. Food opportunity for Clara. I was trying to let her know about. Triome. What's Triome? Oh yeah, that's a dual land we can use, and nothing like this is. I don't know. I don't have a sense of whether this is even good for us. I want ETB if we're going to do the Nightmare Shepherd thing. Sedgemoor Witch is just strong, but I don't mind taking the land. Drowned Catacomb, also a good land for us, but we get a Scarab God. That is fine. We'll take that. So we're kind of a Reanimator deck, but it's really weird. we are reanimating in all these weird ways. Let's get some more creatures. We're doing enough with reanimation and stuff that I think we definitely want to take the Scarab God there. Glasspool Mimic would be a nice land to pick up, but I think we just keep taking the blue-black creatures. I wouldn't mind bringing Atris back to... I've got a coffee question from Robert. I'll get back to that. Is this a Time Warp deck? Planeswalkers are great with extra turns. We don't really have that going on. I mean, extra turns are just nice, but we might just want a compulsive research. Oh yeah, Palladium Mirror is interesting. You're talking about the Mana Rock Bust, but what about the Palladium Mirror? It's a creature and it's ramp? I'm going to take the Mirror. I mean, this is not what you're looking to reanimate or whatever, but sometimes you're just looking for creatures, you know? Thoughtseize helps protect your combos. Probably wheeling that, maybe, if we're wheeling. Although this is Thoughtseize obviously much better than Inquisition in the abstract. This just pay 2 life, get anything except a land. Mage, I don't want to put in this, but Thirst is interesting. Yeah, draw and discard is interesting. I'm going to take the Thoughtseize, though. Oh, look, we could be the bad guys. Good job, table. On general principle, I don't think I can take that card, even we thought it was going to be what we wanted. Shark Typhoon, though, we're not being very clean here. There's a lot of powerful cards in this pile, but a lot of anti-synergies are just not non-bows, but not particularly synergies. We can take an obstructionist, but Typhoon. Typhoon, if its floor is just that we're cycling it to be a big shark or whatever, that's fine. Looter helps mill for the reanimation, although I'm starting to wonder if we even really need to do that as much as just have a temple and continue to, like, we didn't actually, we only have a couple of duels in the end. I keep passing these dual lands, so I'm not going to pass this one. We got a lot of spell options now. Let's make sure we can cast our spells. Continue to feel like we ended up in good colors. Terramander, Boon, Edict, Brainstorm. We are shuffling here and there. We could Brainstorm. I'm gonna take. Oh yeah, we'll take the command. Why not? Let's find out if it's good. It's a gold card in our colors. Let's take it and find out. Thassa. Right on, Robert. Well, there's nothing else to take, so I'll take it, but I don't think this is I don't know if we're there on this. This pack, what do we even take? Look at this. Ramp. Fixing. Pay, just goodness. Card draw. Rob wants the land. It's probably the grown-up pick. We have a lot of everything else. I'm with Rob. I'd rather just take the land and work with what we've got and make sure we cast our spells. Take an opt. That might make the cut. Stroke might make the cut. Definitely want that over Elder. Welcome, Siriana. Yeah, I say might make the cut, but let's face it, it's not. Pact is not going to make it. Opt is not going to make it. Pact is where I do miss best of three. Like, I like best of one when I'm picking the format, and then best of three seems reasonable when I'm drafting, because I'm like, oh, that would be good in best of three, but ... All right. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to cut everything and ask ourselves what we're even trying to focus on here. What the heck are we doing? What is this deck's main plan? And I'm going to put some plans down here. We've got a Nightmare Shepherd, which if we're going to do that, it's because we've got things that say enters, right? Or enters. So this is going to give us Atris Retrigger and a Champion of Wits, but this comes back on its own. Like this is a kind of a not really a synergy thing with the Shepherd since it's self-fulfilling. So no Nightmare Shepherd. This isn't, although, it's maybe I should run it just because it's a 4/4 flyer for 4 or whatever, but yeah, it's a May. That's true. The point is it doesn't have a lot of upside for us. It's just it's a 4/4 flyer for 4, which maybe and sometimes is going to do something, but mostly not. And so that build around doesn't excite me as much. So really, but maybe we still run it on a power level thing. But like, I don't think we're really doing full reanimation. I don't think we quite got yeah, it's all right. Hold on a second. All right. Hey, Kenyon. Thank you for the raid, Garrett. Welcome, Garrett and friends. Trying to build this this deck, and I started by cutting everything to try and figure out actually what we're doing, because we got a demonic tutor that can help us do whatever thing we want to do, but then we got some like build around cards like a Nightmare Shepherd. We've got Rankle that does some specific things. We've got our top end here, really Godpharaoh's Gift and Shieldred as 7 mana reanimators, even though we're not doing tons of reanimation. And then we just kind of, you know, Scarab God is just good. Helm of the Host, clunky, but powerful if it gets going. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff we're gonna play for sure. Like we of course playing the Scarab God. I guess mainly I was trying to figure out, given that Nightmare Shepherd doesn't work directly with reanimation since it's competing with that resource, and it really wants ETB because it's making 1/1s, so you're not getting some big body back, you're getting an enters the battlefield effect back. And maybe we run the Nightmare Shepherd because of its size, but it's definitely not because of its synergy here. So, yeah, if we just go Value Town, then what are we looking at? Let me cut everything again. Oh, stop it. So then I'm just going to fill it up with Value Town. Shark Typhoon, 2 for 1. Yeah. I do want to ramp, though. We're going to go for the Champ as value. Opt isn't really Value Town. Chart could work here. We're actually attacking a little bit. That's just power. That's good. Yes. I'm going to play the 2 discard spells. I'm going to play the Tutor, of course. Rankle plays. Sheldred is going to play Eldest Reborn. Good enough. Mindstone, Mirror, Archive. How many creatures are we? Yeah, even if we, because that's the thing. Even if we like fill the graveyard, we're not going to necessarily fill it to the brim with creatures. We just, oops, no. Yeah, I'll get it. I was just saying, where is it? Give me that thief. Give me that. Kind of want all of our gold stuff, basically. I don't know how this feels good enough. It's doing some stuff. And just like that, we're almost at 23 cards. Yeah, chart could go here. Sometimes we're going to draw 2. Sometimes we don't mind the discarding. And do we want to self-mill? Yeah, Shepherd is really just kind of a 4/4 flyer for 4, but that doesn't suck completely. I just wish it didn't die to the languish, but if we had something that didn't, maybe that would be better. But we're running out. I kind of like the call, but we didn't. I guess that's just because I like the idea of getting Thief of Sanity back, and that's probably not good enough on its own. We could use some more early plays. Do we have them? I mean, we can put it in opt and call it an early play, but it's not really what we're talking about. Maybe you need a Warkite Marauder just to be able to block something. Saying ramp is not necessary is technically true, but I don't mind that this is a creature, at least, and we are trying to do relatively large things in a Shark Typhoon and a Shieldred, but yeah, we could you could make the argument to play this just to have something extra to do on 2. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe it's really about a 2, though, right? Like something for the 1 or 2 slot is really what's being asked for here. We could cut the Palladium Mirror, cut one of the ramp things, put in the Timuret, and put in the Warkite Marauder. Maybe we just do need the opt, and we're trying to card quality our way to the things we need to control the board. Also, Hagra is going to be a land. There's that. So, yeah, actually, I will play opt. And really, Inquisition Thoughtseize, don't underrate those if we can get them early, because you can really take the plan away from your opponent's early game. Yeah, Stroke is definitely strikeout home run type card. When you resolve it against an opponent's spell, it is going to get you mana value every time. We could consider that. Yeah, what is it? This is 10 creatures. What do you think of the gift? Is maybe a stretch. I think we just leave it to Sheoldred, but maybe I'm supposed to run this. I don't know. It's sweet, but not quite where we're at. Could add 16 to this and call this our 17th land. We do have some ramp, so I don't necessarily feel like we need 18, but I kind of feel like we need 18 plus the mauling. Good night, Shaman. Thanks for hanging out while you could. So then it's probably cut stroke or opt or the least impressive 3. Maybe it's a mirror. Maybe it's the champ even. I guess we can cut the mirror. I'm going to try that. I like that it's a creature for things like the Scarab God, because we can turn it into a 4/4. You know, it dies and becomes a 4/4. That's kind of why I was... oh yeah, I haven't put the lands in yet. Definitely running Awakening. But it's not a spell land in that same way. So let's add the lands. That's a duel for us. We like that. I think we can play the Arch. We got good enough fixing here. And then... suggest here. And what is that? What do you think we're at? 17. Yeah, so then 1 cut from here. Very close here. Oh, but this is a land too. I forgot we're actually we can cut a land, I think. Because we got 17 plus Awakening and Mauling. So that's really 19, and we can cut an island? No, we kind of cut a swamp because we have the Awakening and the Mauling. So I'll put an island back. All right, and let's get some sweet ones. 6 islands, 5 swamps. Oops, and put that back, Ryan. You like mirror over stroke? Neither of them are really 2-drops, that's for sure. I think I'm going to start like this so I can get going, but I'll keep that swap in mind and maybe we'll come back to it. And what are we calling this? This is... I don't know. Right, yeah, it's murky at best, right? The tail end of this. Headless. It's like directionless black. I don't know. Oh, Shepherd's not in, huh? Yeah, fair enough. No bread, no mill. Well, it's tough to figure out what to do. I mean, opt is fine. It's just an easy cut because it's so not sexy. Opt for... I can't even come up with a good name. This is how broken my brain is right now. Nothing's even coming to me. Optional. There we go. Look, this is probably not correct 100%, but I'm tired of looking at it. I'm going to play. We'll come back and make some changes after a game. No question, this is not the perfect build of this, but the perfect is the enemy of the good. The perfect is the enemy of actually playing Magic the Gathering. That's a lot of black. We could fetch up a blue source at worst. I'm going to keep. We also have Murderous Rider on 3 if we need it. Oppo going first. This is fine. The Inquisition. Do. Bye, Judy. Yeah, well, I'm either going Mauling tapped and then making sure I have 3 next turn for Rider, but I'm actually going to use Tutor as fixing. Basic Island Cycling. Actually, it doesn't even need to be basic. We can go get a Temple, or we need a ETB untapped. That's the thing. So Catacombs will do. Not even sure Knight is the target here. I kept laughing, not laughing, that's not the right word for it. I kept questioning opponents who let the priest live, but actually being on this side of it, I can see why you do, because you're like, well, maybe they don't have any more creatures, and if they don't have any more creatures, then priest isn't any good. So I'm going to do that in hope, right? So that we could do that, especially because we have the Mauling behind. So in this case, I am going to let the priest be and go for the knight. But if I only had the 1 removal spell, like Kenyon, what would you do? Would you go for the knight if we didn't have the Mauling in hand? You would go thief right now? No, I gotta get rid of this knight first. Or lower the creature quantity. That's true. I could have made him spend. I was in a mindset of don't let him do it, don't let him do anything, but I was just in the I'm going to strip their hand. I mean, I'm going to do it while shields are down and make sure nothing goes wrong here. They're stripping my hand. That's why I said that. It's just a little Freudian of like, oh, Thoughtseize, we're getting our hand stripped. What would you take if you were Oppo? I mean, obviously, it somewhat depends on what they're expecting to do the rest of the way, but I think maybe take the Thief. I mean, what are you going to do? Just let me hit you with the Thief again and again? Yeah, take the Thief, right? And they know what's up, but let's just throw the Oracle at him here since we found the passage. And make him choose. Is this them sorting? Yeah, this must be this effect resolving, huh? Couldn't tell if they were... I mean, they don't have anything to do anyway, so... Champion of Wits is fine. But this goes in the graveyard? You're giving me a 2 cards randomly and a champ in the graveyard? If these are 2 lands, I'd be happy. I am. If we can hold off, Shark Typhoon is non-creature, so I'm trying to decide how greedy to be here. We could play the creature, and then next turn... What about... I'm going to attack, first of all. Yeah, if they want to trade Oracle for Priest, I would make that trade. I was thinking Murderous Rider chart post, and then the Midnight Clock. We get the Shark Typhoon next turn, and then Midnight Clock, Mauling, and anything else we get actually makes a dude, makes a shark. That's one thing I was thinking there. But let's start with Chart the Course, because we're going to cast that anyway. And does that change anything? Kind of, because now I kind of want to languish before I Shark Typhoon. Playing a languish in a Shark Typhoon doesn't matter because it's going to kill its own shark. But I think I will go Rider here. No, with languish I don't want to play any more new creatures, so I'll go Clock. I'm going to do Clock. Got a lot of mana for the Citadel. It's a pretty good card for them, really. Maybe I've been playing wrong to not like try to pressure them more here. Hopefully they go nuts here and we languish the heck out of them. Never mind. Now we look for the Planeswalker kill that I don't currently have.
And away you go.
Are we dead? Probably. One, two, three. We got 6. We could go Scarab God. We go Mindstone Scarab God. We can go. What does Mindstone Scarab God get us? Blocker. You've gone. Yeah. I mean, really the only other option is to like Mindstone Languish, Mindstone Mauling. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Probably a removal spell dead, but make him have it, etc. If they find one more creature, the priest gets us. All right. Thanks. What was that, Oppo? Misplayed your Citadel. All right. I've been there. Well, I haven't been there, but... Yeah, I think it was just a misclick, huh? They meant to sign me. Weird win. I feel sheepish even putting this on the board. I didn't really win that game. Opponent lost it. That's where I've been before. I have been the opponent giving games away. I think we all have. So another jury duty note. I also found out that I am that jury duty is not starting tomorrow until late. I could almost fit in a stream, but again, my life has just been so overwhelmed by the pressures of time. I think I'm gonna, and also since I haven't really told the world that I'm gonna be on tomorrow at the normal time, I'm gonna use tomorrow for advancing my agendas forward in the non-stream realm. All right, we could even demonic tutor up more ramp, tutor up the 4 mana rock so we can get to Shieldred and Reborn and stuff really quickly. Anyway, we're gonna keep this. We'll see if we need to go searching for something on 2. If we don't find something else to cast, I do want to cast this, so that's why I was thinking in terms of, ideally we find a land. Yeah, now, hold on, yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's true, we can go get Champ. I mean, what do you want to get? We can get the whole deck. And I could have played the Triome, but we might draw another land naturally. Kenyon likes just playing the tap land. Maybe I should have, but I think we can set up Kenyon. I've done what I've done now. What would you do given that I've played it? I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get something. Use my mana, set up. You just get Thief. I do think the Champ is interesting. The Champ suggestion that Hat made. Thief and make him beat it. Yeah, all right, let's get the Thief. That's fun. Yep, we might miss on the casting of it, but never didn't. Never didn't. They're playing blue-black. They're going to kill it now anyway. And, well, they get our Eldest Reborn or our Languish. Both of those kind of suck for them to take. But we got other good stuff behind. I was going to be surprised if they took the Languish. Sure feels like a deck that doesn't want us to have Eldest Reborn. Probably mostly there for fixing, being a 3-mana rock, and the crew is side gig. Well, let's see if Oppo has something for the Sheoldred. I kind of expect that they... Oh, no, they don't need to. They can just exile my graveyard. Damn it. What a powerful Nightmare. Like, the Nightmare just ripped us apart. Like, everything I thought I was doing with this hand was shredded by one single 3-drop. Nice. Hoy.
Behold! Behold! Whoa! Hell yes, whoa!
Well, what is going... We're just getting sliced up. How is this opponent going to randomly give us the game for no reason? That is the comeback plan, but Oppo just dropping bomb after bomb on us here. Although Mill in the face of Sheldred could work out for us. We don't have a ton of creatures in the deck, honestly, for being a deck with Sheldred in it, but as long as Oppo is going to play a powerful Mill card, at least it can help us. We'll hold the Awakening. Life goal, bring back a Sheldred with Agadim's Awakening. Well, maybe I should play it if the clock's going to reset me, huh? Family's home. The graduate's home. Let's champ over Oracle right now. Because I can pitch the Languish. Pitch the Languish and maybe the Awakening will keep the Arch. Swing and a miss. We can arch, but there's no need to with us about to draw off the clock. What question is, should we just fire this off so we have main phase clock? But I'm willing to just draw back to 7 on Oppo's turn. Do we go after Jace? I think might as well kill Jace. They get one more card out of it because of the Cosmos, but let's, if you're not sure, taking out the Planeswalker is a good default position in my experience.
I'll plan better next time.
I'm going to add mana before the clock goes away, or try. Oh, is it not going to let me? Maybe I needed to set a stop. Not much action for drawing 7, huh? We got card draw, though. Card draw here. When I play decks with Midnight Clock in them in Standard, and I face another deck with Midnight Clocks in them, I scoop. It's not my favorite matchup, honestly. Control versus control, it's just like... Let's play the game where you try to kill me really quick and I try to stabilize. I don't like that... Let's both play for 12 years. No, and that's, like... Well, they have a creature, but they haven't played one yet. There you go, there's one. Interesting choice. Are they going to kill Shieldred? Because maybe they're just going to cast this and they don't care about it. Hey, Neuromancer. Having fun, getting aggravated. Having fun, getting aggravated. Life is lifing along. We're going to draw a card this way here. Ooh, interesting stuff. I like the borrower for the midnight clock of theirs, or to reset something here. We don't have much counter magic or anything, but yeah, they're playing some non-bows over there, huh? Just drop this, and well, we already did this once and they didn't have anything. We kind of, I don't think we're getting anything from the Inquisition, so I'm just going to Scarab God. How many to draw? 5 to draw. Yeah, Scarab God, hold up, borrower is fine. I should have played Fabled Passage and thin our deck of lands a little bit. I like attack. If they block the champ, I just languish. We certainly don't mind a champ in the graveyard here. We got a couple of reasons to like a champ in the graveyard. Yeah, Sheldred Trigger does it anyway, and Scarab God... Yeah, I'll just let it... hold up the borrower and hold up activation of Scarab God is fine. You're right. Is there something stopping the trigger? What's going? Oh, there it is. Like, what's going on? Where's my triggers? That's why we're playing Shieldred. This is not an optimal Shieldred deck, but we're above 0 other creatures, so it's not the worst Shieldred deck. And even at 0 creatures, Oppo sacks every upkeep also doesn't suck. So where are they going with this? Now maybe they're like, well, I guess Shieldred's got to go. But Scarab God exiled would also be good. This isn't the kind of god that gets out of... Yeah. All right, so given that... this is our chance to activate this, and I think we do. We can't pick it up. It's Oppo bounce. Yeah. Literal 0. They've only shown us the 1. Ah, that was their plan. We knew that. I forgot about that hat. It was on board the whole time. That's all right. We'll still get one of these gone, and we have action. We can have the languish for the other next time. Yeah, I don't hate the result, though. I might hate the fact that we have 7 cards left, so that's the real problem. I think we're kind of just dead on mill here, so once again, losing to mill, not at least to that nasty card, this nasty card instead. But we can still potentially get him dead in, you know, a little bit here. We got probably have to start bouncing the rebuilding. Rider can take out this, bounce the rebuilding, cycle a Shark Typhoon. We might be able to get enough damage in here. We'll figure it out. But this is going to be gaining him 2 life, so really they're a virtual 20. Given that we kind of have to kill him in the next 2 turns. Oh no, we're actually kind of getting milled for 3. When you have this many cards, drawing more cards is just getting milled. Don't even need either of these, so we're taking this. All right, lots to try and do here in 3 draws. It's going to involve killing this. Maybe we don't even care about the 6/6. It does, like, get him some action. Let's start with an attack, though. So many things we can do here. The cast out is holding down Scarab God. We could get rid of the cast out for a second. And, oh, this is maximum cube here in terms of just, like, so many things we can do. I don't even know what's right. But we got to try and get him dead right quick here. So that's got to be my focus. What maximizes damage? And yeah, for 1 mana, we might need all of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 9 if we Thoughtseize. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 if we do both sides of Murderous Rider. And then on 3, we have the Borrower to bounce the Patient Rebuilding so that we don't lose. And that's maybe, I think that's probably... Definitely got to bounce the rebuilding first. You know, we know we got to do that. Let's do the Thoughtseize, though. I like that. Although I could have Thoughtseized away the rebuilding, but again, it doesn't really matter. Like, we just need to land enough here to, like, that doesn't matter. I'll take the Shark. But really, we're just trying to put enough on board here to attack and win next turn. And hope they don't draw anything to stop that. So that's the plan. Given that, I do like... we need to do the Borrower move. And that leaves us on, we can go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have Borrower, Rider, and Opt. And yeah, we also have the command. Well, we don't even care. Like, if this being cast doesn't matter, we're trying to win next turn. The only thing we need is to try, is just to win next turn. So yeah, we can end the turn at the very least. Well, if I wanted to Rider play the Zombie Knight, then that's not the right line, but this is fine anyway. True. Intervention can't counter the Shark. This is... They need to act, though. Right now, they're dead, not us. So let's see what they want to do. If we go on an amazing run, I might not finish this tonight, gang. I just want to give everybody here a fair heads up, including YouTube friends. Okay, so now if we command, they can counter. Kaya, what's Kaya going to do? Exile non-land permanent. They take out the 6/6, leaving us with 7, but we cycle Shark Typhoon and still get there, right? So right now, we just let this happen. Just making sure that Kaya's worst doesn't stop us from winning. And Kaya's worst doesn't stop us from winning, so we're going to let Kaya happen. Approach, on the other hand, must be stopped. 1, I'm just trying to see what they have behind. 2, 3. Counter, target non-creature spell, and return target permanent. Here's our non-creature spell, and the permanent will return. Let's just return the cast out they can no longer cast, and that gives us our creature back. How does it? Oh, yeah, but I don't care about Kaya. I just want to win. All right, maybe I screwed up, though. Yeah, it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. Let's see. So I screwed up. Wait, they didn't activate Kaya. Oops. They didn't play this, though, so let's see now. We go... all like this. And now we hold again. I didn't think through the how Thassa's intervention worked properly. I miscounted what I needed to have for Thassa. Forgot the doubling or whatever. I was in my head about whether they could recast a Patient Rebuilding and not whether or not they were going to counter my counter. But they got a lot to deal with, and nothing we know about directly deals with it. Oh, good call! Aleatory with the actual card reading. This is for the rest of us.
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Well read, well read. So crazy, the power of reading. Which makes it hilarious that I spent any resources on killing Kaya, given that the Immortal Sun couldn't was already stopping it. That's it. Yes, thank you, Kenyon. I'm just like, that's cube. There's a lot to read here. So far, going like Monday. Despite me flailing, somehow I'm on the verge of victory. I don't know how it's possible. Also, Oppo really reset their mill win. They were trying to avoid casting the commit to memory because they were about to mill us out. I believe this is Oppo going, I can't believe I'm losing to this guy, doing the SNL Classic. One, two. That's got to be great for us. 1, 2, 3 mana left. Good call. Yeah, that's true, Cammy. Taking the shot at finding the Immortal Sun to recast. Good call. None of this matters. Yeah, this is probably not my or Oppo's finest hour, but we'll shush it and try to win this and pretend like it was genius. I guess I should Inquisition just to take a peek here, make sure there's not something I need to play around. Doesn't look like it. Boy, Oppo manages, like the theme of tonight is Oppo's playing worse. How'd it go, Ryan? Oppo played worse. Oppo played worse. And sorry, Oppo, been there. I've played worse myself, but today you sucked more, sorry. We could also go back. I think I'll take one more game here, and then maybe we'll take another look at the options in the sideboard, see if there's anything we want to try switching up for science or power or whatever we think. All right, Prof, you get some rest and see you soon. Okay, this is nice. Being able to thought seize ahead of a turn 3 thief is pretty powerful. They need 2 answers in their top 10 cards or so, or the thief is going to connect, right? They've also got a companion Karuga, so interesting. We'll see what they're going to do till they're doing stuff on 3. Sometimes things with mana value 3 or greater have alt costs that allow you to play them out earlier. But mostly you just gotta do what it says. We're gonna take a look. I could wait one more turn and then they'd have one more card that we might want to Thoughtseize. That's only gonna bite us if we draw a 2-drop. We don't even have a lot of 2-drops, but we have enough, like the Mind Stone and stuff, where I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna do it now, but it's at least worth thinking about. Yeah, we're just going to take the Murderous Rider as their answer to Thief and try to punish them for companioning Karuga. Oh, we even got a Mana Rock, but it was the double Mind Stone. Exactly. Like Karuga wants the Giant, you know, the Shock Giant. The adventure cards that have cheap adventures. We got a bunch of Weird Owls in here. What? That is not even fair. By the way, this is a card that Kenyon wants in the deck. We don't have it in the deck right now because it's a little bit of a non-bow, but as you can see, 4/4 flyers for 4 on curve are pretty strong. Yeah, Foretell is something to do. Archive Shieldred. Yeah, that's fair. I should. You're right. Kenyon is correct. I wanted to get something that could like attack through here and maybe find us an answer to the Shepherd so that the Thief can attack, but Shieldred is a fine answer to the Shepherd. Although, if they manage Cloud Blazer here, then we play Sheldred, they sack the Cloud Blazer and actually get a lot of value out of it. So, little rough. So, that's interesting. Could probably still do it. That's a lot of value for a double Cloud Blazer, though. And us with nothing in the yard yet. I'm actually going to go Triome Rankle and send in Rankle. Or we could Artist Atris and look for something to do about Nightmare Shepherd first. Do we just... I feel like if we give the Cloud Blazer value, they just kill Sheldred and then we're real sad. That's my big worry. So I'm going to listen to that worry. Play the Triome. And Rankle's interesting, but yeah, I think we want the Oracle. I'm going to go Oracle. Hat's got a completely different line. That's Magic for you, especially Cube Magic. There's just so many different lines you can take, and it can be really hard to see what's the best. I mean, if it were easy to see what's best, there would be only one line to take, right? The whole point is, I don't know if Hat's right. I don't know if I'm right. They're a bunch of appealing lines. I thought about it. I just feel like this is... But you're right, Mike. Maybe we'll end up with something that we want to cast. That's totally fair. This does not kill the problem child here, so I'm actually going to take the 2. And now Mind Stone, or just tutor into an answer to Shepherd. Let's tutor Shepherd answer. I like getting Murderous Rider here. But yeah, if you wanted to wait on land because you thought we might want to pay 3 to cycle, I think I definitely wanted to play it, but if you wanted to wait because maybe we want to play a swamp and cast something, then you have a point. In fact, if I had waited, we could have gone swamp, Mindstone, and you know, still cast the demonic tutor. So good call on that. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, back to 7, and we can cast both sides of this, or even this and then a Rankle. So I am going to start with the Mind Stone. Not sure this is going to resolve. They got a lot of mana open here, so Nightmare Shepherd, not a favorite to actually happen here. Not to die here, I don't think. All right, I'm happy about that. Obviously wasn't exactly expecting it. I can play Rankle, but we could also Thief and see what we get. But Thief you get to cast for the rest of the game, right? So we don't even need to worry about the fact that we can't cast what we find on the Thief this turn. So let's move in here on creatures. Don't want to die. I'm at 6. They have an attack that can bring us to 4. Do you leave anything back? I don't think so. In fact, I probably just sack, and we lose Oracle and they lose Cloudblazer, and that's fine with Sheldred on the waiting in the wings. Destroy target non-permanent. Rishkar. I just think we're going to destroy target creature, basically, right? This is fine. Now, I don't even know how this works. Some better rules expert can tell me if... Okay, spend mana as though it were mana of any type. So it technically should work. Oh, we're dead, but I could cast it, right? With the bonus. Maybe one of those other lines would have played around that mess. All right, let's I'm going to open this up, and Kenyon, it's your build. What do you want to do? You liked bringing in Nightmare Shepherd for Opt, right? That was one of your calls? Yeah, you get to make changes. Because you had some suggestions, and we're going to run your build now. But the only one I remember you saying specifically was Nightmare Shepherd in, Opt out. Okay, well then we're doing it. Yeah, the deck has a lot of sweet stuff in it, but it's not tight. This is not a tight deck. It's a pretty darn loose Dimir deck that's dipping its toes into a lot of pies, to mix my metaphors. I love a good mixed metaphor. Pretty easy keep. I'm going to hold on Hagra as land and hope that we can get there with our existing, but I'm not sure how much time I'm going to give it. Okay, cool. That's good. We get to play this on 2, and now our land is set, and we can hold that Hagra Mauling. Hedron Archive is action. It's ramp. We're not really ramping to anything, but we do have Demonic Tutor so that we can go get something sweet. I'll keep it. Kenny went on the bottom. Yeah, maybe because we're not really doing anything this turn, it would have been reasonable to bottom that. Uh-oh. We could murder it. That seems like a bad target, but yeah, we'll wait for the sack payoff type creatures to kill. Rankle's interesting. But I think I'm just on the Shepherd here, and then we can move towards some ramp after that. See if they've got kill for the Shepherd. Shepherd's a nice lightning rod. I mean, it was our 24th card in the first build. I didn't even play it, and Oppo just spent, snapped it off because it's such a scary card to see. But we actually don't have a ton that we're doing with it. Here, I like. Yeah, it's still in the yard for us, which is quite relevant with what we're up to. I'm gonna go Triome, Rankle, and just attack for damage. Maybe both draw and discard. Obviously not sacking. I'm not going to trade my Rankle for their 1/1, but we can consider the other stuff. If we were to discard, what are we discarding? I'm going to... could also just say done. I don't know if we actually... if any of these are a clear advantage for us. Certainly not the sack, but I don't know if the other two do. I think I'm going to do this. Because I'm greedy. I can't even say it's correct, but I like cards. That's a good way to put it, Kenyon. Like, you're like, what do I do with this? Clearly, I'm doing this wrong. I have 3 options, and I don't like any of them. Is that me or the card? If I play the Hedron Archive, we have 3 total mana, but not the double black we would need to do anything murderous. Yeah, Archive and Tutor for Shieldred works. We do have the Rankle for it in the Nightmare Shepherd. Sure. That was kind of my plan with the Demonic Tutor and the Archive anyway, so let's execute. Anything better than Shieldred? Scarab God? Let's just get Shieldred. It's 7 mana and we can cast it. That's got to be correct. I'm going to keep saving this Mauling as removal.
Open your books to page 17 or something.
Wow, what a great professor. Lily, take your job seriously or get out of there. What are you doing? What do you think those poor kids are paying for?
I have impeccable study habits.
That's what they're paying for? Your impeccable study habits? Go away.
I'll be in my office.
Awakening. Untapped would let us make a pretty big Typhoon. Make a 3/3 shark. I'll do that. I don't know how good Agadim is in our deck. We have such expensive stuff. We're not actually getting a ton of value out of the Awakening side. Kind of like a 3 damage swamp. You're going to hard cast? Well, we have that option. We can think about it. I kind of like just with Shieldred being our value, like we just don't have that much. We're actually making creatures like we can make a 4/4, I guess, with if we want to kill a 1/1. I presume they're going to do something else here, but yeah, come on. I'm just going to kill Rankle or trade with Rankle. What do you think? Should Aghanim just be a swamp? Or is this deck really going to get value often enough out of black, 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 X reanimate to keep it? It is low cost because I can play it as a tap land. So there is that. It's nearly free still. I grant you that. Silumgar's command is interesting. But yeah, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold here. I could just play out Shieldred, but I like holding up the command actually, and maybe we can go this and still hold up command. Yeah, let's do Murderous Rider, hold up command / Shark. We can do either of these. Yeah, the cost is super low. It's just I just wonder what percentage of the games will actually cast this as a spell. You know. I'm gonna just take the 2 here. If they go for a non-creature spell, we can command and kill the Aetherborn. If they go for a creature spell, we have Great Shark. Arch is online. Sending both. Come on, chump. You know you want to, and then Shieldred destroys you. Come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away with me, lads. Oops, I should have done, well, actually, I don't care about that. That's fine. I could have done the command, but actually, that's fine. I was too busy singing Kenyon to make the right play. It was the right streaming play. Yeah, landing Shieldred's still pretty good, right? They are looking for an answer. Woestrider pretty good with us at 5. But command, let's see, we rankle for the hasties. Or shepherd. Let's just go rank for the hasties. Because I'm still killing the Woestrider. Got all the cards in the world if we start activating our stuff, but right now I have spells that do what I want done, so I'm not too worried about it. We are low on life, and they are going to be able to bring back Woe Strider here. But then we kind of kill on the other side of it, right? They get to chump here. I can't really do anything about that. Interesting chump. Are they going to kill this? They must be planning to kill Shieldred. There we go. There we go. And the counterspell is not available. I could go digging for one, but... No, we don't. I counted a couple times. We got the 4. I'm just gonna say, well, we could make him discard, but they're just gonna play the Woe Strider next turn. So if anything, I want to draw. But then going down any life doesn't seem right, so I'm just gonna say done. I don't want to discard and give him more fuel, and I guess I have the language to discard. That's fair. But something about giving him more Woe Strider fuel, I guess it doesn't matter though, because it's, you know, they have it to do twice anyway. Is this self-sacrifice though? It doesn't self-sack. So we're not even dead to a third creature, right? We go to 1. I'm just trying to lose 3 so I can go to bed. There we go. That can help. Can't counter on the way back down, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, close to counter on the... Oh, this doesn't counter creatures anyway. So... Gotta bounce it to get some damage in here. And then we'll drop the Borrower. Try to race. We got a couple of what is this? Were we 2-1? 2-1, despite about as high quality play as I managed on Monday. Come on, deck. Now I kind of feel like we need to arch. How can we win now? If we arch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we only have 3 mana left. And with 3 mana, what are we hoping to find? There's nothing to find for 3. We really don't have many good draws in the deck, honestly. So probably sending Brazen Borrower. Yeah, it seems like what we've got, War Furnace. But this still kills us. Whenever, oh, creature you control. So, okay, then it doesn't kill us. Bottom, bottom. One-time dealer, bottom. There we go. To start. Well, still need to just bounce the... Well, now I gotta bounce at 2. Now they can sack 2 other things. I can't live through the skeleton resolving, though. Target permanent's got to be the Woe... that doesn't work either, because they can just recast the Woe Strider. I think we're just dead, gang. Because, I mean, I don't even know what to do here. I could take the send the seal away back and get... Oh, maybe that's the secret sauce, except they can just go straight to face through all of it, so this doesn't even matter. Maybe I need to send the Bastion back, but they can replay that. No matter what we do, they replay and win is the problem. So this is just hoping they respond. I mean, I got all my wins tonight from Oppo screwing up, so let's give this Oppo a chance to screw up and see if we can make it the trifecta. Right now they have it, though. They just got to play right. Yeah, they figured it out. All right. It wasn't that tough. It was hardly Magic the Puzzling there, let's just say. Yeah, I've made some what seem like minor inefficiencies. Oh, shouldn't have played that mana rock. It costs you 1 mana. Oh, shouldn't have played that tap land. Costs you 1 mana. I think both of those contributed to the loss. Like minor inefficiencies that I'm just doing on autopilot that are ending up creating real consequences. But yeah, it wasn't even about recasting Yard. It was just about they had so much mana that no matter what I bounced, they just no matter what I bounced, they recast it and still do the thing. Yeah, we can keep this. It's slow to aggro, so watch turn 1 red creature incoming, but I'm going to keep. Wild Shadow, welcome. Seems like we got a YouTube friend happy about my current streaming schedule. Glad you can make it live. Somebody's got to be happy about my jury duty. Might as well be Wild Shadow. Hey, they don't have it. Look, Hagra Mauling is discounted. Have you ever seen that? Whoa. I'm not going to use it on the Visionary, though. I could. I mean, we could bolt the bird. You want to bolt the bird? I feel like I should because I can. We can bolt the bird on 3. And then we get turn 4, like Oracle or Shepherd. We just slow up on accelerating to like Scarab God. I'm just going to go Midnight Clock. I'm going to let them do their worst with the Visionary, and we have removal to pick something off if they get big on us. Thraggy, a fine critter. We are doing good on mana, so I think I'll go ahead and passage to Thin. And this makes blue, right? So we'll get black. We got a lot of blue makers here. and let's God it up. If they don't have exile or pin it down on board, you know, in aura-based removal or whatever, we get it back, so. But of course they have it. Why wouldn't they? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, and then with 5 I can do any number of these. Having a clean 6 doesn't get us anywhere, so I think that is still the play. We can't 2-spell or anything. And we'll go with Oracle and try to trade it off for Thraggy ahead of Sheoldred bringing it back. Chart a course in an island or the mystery card. Chart a course is kind of interesting. But I'm tempted by this door number 3. Yeah, I'll take this. I was going to say, but it's Demonic Tutor. They're hiding a tutor. But the genius would have been to hide a basic land there. If you get land, chart a course, you can that's a good one to split chart a course, land face up, and then hide the one back. Because it's just underwhelming enough that I'm going to go for the 1. Boy, none of this matters if I can't come up with a single blocker. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could go. Hogger Mauling, Nightmare Shepherd. Probably just Sheoldred, though, and make them have it, right? I mean, even if they do, we're not dead. So I'm just going to do Sheoldred, make them have it. They pop the Visionary. We still have a solid block on Thraggy. They kill Sheoldred. We're at 1 and in bad shape, but not dead. A lot of cards here. Not feeling great about this. Golos incoming. Ready? That is rough. But I get to go to bed. I deserve this. I'm lucky to have 2 wins here, gang. We can languish, though. Trouble is, that doesn't kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can tutor for languish and reduce it to a 3/3, but we're still just dead to that with only 2 mana left. We have to go Mauling on the Gear Hulk and Shepherd to block. That's the big fancy. Oh, we can't even do that. We don't have enough black. How about that? Good idea, War Furnace. Then I checked my black. So now we got to go, like, we got to tutor for something. And it's got to be a tutor for a 2-drop, though, that does something. What 2-drop does anything useful for us here? Nothing. I think we're just dead, gang. Sorry. Unless you got an idea, I don't. Maybe it's sack Mindstone, and if we... even that doesn't do it. Like... But I think this has to be the best shot, that something here does for 1 mana. Yeah, it's the trouble. We can pick off 1, we just can't pick off 2. All right. Well, that was just getting nothing stuck. Oppo just ran out a 5-power creature, and then we never had anything to block it, nor time to kill it. So we lose. Well, one of a kind of schizophrenic blue-black deck played by an exhausted Ryan is a 2-3 result, I suppose. Although I was pretty much in the same place Monday and we 7-win, so I don't know. I'm just not going to be hard on myself right now on this stuff. I'm in a singing dog kind of place. It's not that I'm doing it well, it's that I'm doing it at all. All right, YouTube friends, there it is, such as it is. Not quite as excellent as that other one, but we'll take the fun we had and call it good enough. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you the next draft.